Alright, here we are today. We are going to remove every painted body panel and show you how to do this on my Suzuki Cara Autozam AZ-1. As I've shown you guys before, I've had paint issues here and there. Got some bubbling here. Somebody repainted my car at some point before and it is poorly painted because they taped over all this stuff and just sprayed over it. There were also bits of overspray here and there, and there's also like some rust issues I should probably handle. It's just surface rust, it's not too bad. More taped over decals that were just painted over. Little nicks like this. It seems like my door was rubbing the body panel at some point for some reason, but I don't know why. Maybe there was some issue in the past, because there's clearly enough space here, unless there's so much flex. I can't comprehend that there's that much flex to touch that. Little stuff like that. I've had a little scratch here that I did myself by accident. I had some paint chips here that I did myself by accident. I also have some more scratches here by accident, and I have some here by accident. Oh yeah, and this thing by accident. Are you noticing a trend here yet? Alright, it is super cold outside. I turned on the heat over there. It's pretty warm in here. It's probably like 50 something degrees. It's like 20 outside right now. I am gonna start with removing my door panels. So I think that's probably a good newbie spot to start with. There is a particular way to how this stuff comes off. Like the trunk has to come off, and then you can get this piece off. And I believe this has to come off so you can get this piece off, and this piece has to come off so you can get this piece off. And oh, this has to come off too before you even get to the side sill. First off, you're gonna have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're gonna have 10 little acorn nuts to take off. They are 8 millimeters, and I'm gonna take it off with my ratcheting wrench here. This one is a little tricky because it's recessed and the wrench had a little trouble getting to it. I was able to get it off anyways, but maybe an 8 millimeter socket may be better. I understand that the door panel is the one that you kind of align all the other body panels with. I assume that there's some sort of shift in this panel. Yeah, there's some leeway on how it kind of fits here. So you could probably shift the panel up and down on the door to help you align the rest of the car. I'm gonna see how this panel just pops off. I think you just lift it off. It looks like I'm just gonna pick up this panel. And there you go. Cool. Let's see what it looks like inside. I've never seen the inside personally. I do have a new problem where I'm gonna put all these panels. It's pretty cool that you can see all this stuff in here. Look at all these actuator arms everywhere. The stuff that controls like the lock. This is what locks it. There's the latch. See, you're pulling this to actuate the locks. You can look at how the window regulator works. This is what's happening inside. Makes the regulator go up and down, and this makes your window go up and down. So I'm gonna take this opportunity that all this stuff is exposed to clean up everything in here, all like this dirt and gunk in here. I'm also looking at the springs. My springs look to be in decent condition. One issue that we have is that these springs in here, they get rusty and then they snap. Then when they snap, you can't open your door, and that's a problem. Just because they're in good shape doesn't mean I won't replace them. I'm gonna proactively look at getting new springs to replace them, and if I find them, I will include them in the description below. Or if I have to buy like a pack of 100 or something, I can also offer it in my store to kind of help sell them off, because I have no reason to have 100 of these. Oh man, the door struts are so much stronger just with that little panel removed. I mean, I'll weigh all the panels too, so we will also have some idea of what all these panels weigh. That way we know how much weight we lost when we drive one of these cars naked. Not me naked, the car naked. Came right off. This one wasn't so bad. Gotta not break these. This one says 330 on there. What does that mean? Is that the 30th year of Heisei or something, whatever? I don't know my Japanese calendar. 3:30. Let's see. 32, 31. I don't know. Does that mean that door panel was replaced at some point? Maybe that's probably why it explains the scrape marks that my car doesn't have. Maybe it was damaged. I don't know. It's good to know when we open this up. Look at the condition of this guy. Spring looks good. That looks like a new latch, at least compared to the other side. It looks to be in much better shape. See how it's so much cleaner? That spring looks new. Maybe my panel had some work done to it at some point. I don't know, but it looks okay on this side. All right, moving on. Next up, I'm gonna remove the trunk. I've done this one before. This is pretty easy. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are 10mm nuts. You remove those two, you carefully kind of lift the whole thing out, and the whole trunk will be separated from the vehicle. Oh, these weren't even that tight. It may be better to do this with a buddy, because that way somebody can help hold the wing for you as you unscrew it, but I don't have a buddy. I don't have any friends, so no one to help me right now. Uh-oh. Okay, that's okay. Alright. Get this prop out of here. Just take this whole thing and walk away with it. Oh no! And there you go. The trunk is removed. That's a nice roof wing I got there. Everything's wide open now. It's actually really weird to see this because now, like, I mean, it's the same amount of room, it's just more accessible because you don't have the trunk in your face. So all of these screws are now accessible. You can now remove this top rear window body panel trim. You're gonna need a T40 Torx bit. There's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Torx things on this side. You're gonna have a tab over here. I believe that's a 10mm. There's one over here and one on the other side, exactly the same. That should remove this panel. If you're wondering why I'm doing all this, this is not something I wanted to do, at least not at this time. I'm not doing this for fun, although it kind of is for fun, I guess. I had some issue come up. I'm going to talk about that in a later time in a different video. But for now, this will come out. There are some side benefits to this because we're going to be able to see... Oh, this one's stuck. We're going to be able to see underneath to see how these trunk hinges work at the attachment point, because that's something we've been working on for a very long time, and my buddy hasn't had time to kind of do it. Plus, it was hard to like access the stuff down here, not being able to see what was going on. So with the stuff removed, it will make his job a little bit easier, and at least he can just come over on a weekend and just take a quick look to see if that will help his situation. I just had this one washer crumble on me. Some of these are in decent shape. This one's pretty corroded and ruined. This one's acceptable. Andy out in the UK, he had a set. He got a whole batch of those screws made, so I bought a new set of those blackened stainless steel screws. So I do have a good like fresh set of screws to restore my car with. This panel comes right out. There we go. I've never done this before. I'm excited. I've seen all these people with their panels removed and their naked AZ-1s. I'm excited. Be careful with these though. Ah, there we go. You're gonna see that and this on each side. They hook onto this right here on both sides. That's what keeps it down, and that's what aligns the thing. Your rear window trim is on here. I don't know if you're gonna peel yours off or whatever, if you're gonna repaint or something. So obviously someone, actually no, I don't think this is adhered on. I could just take this off. Yeah, you can see somebody repainted mine at some point, obviously. So I'm gonna have to put this somewhere else now. I'm running out of space. I'm running out of space. Let's put this somewhere safe. Open the hood from down here. You guys already know that, I'm sure. Same situation as the trunk. This one you will have to disconnect your washer fluid hose. Should I disconnect it there? Oh, okay. Oh, that's not good. I disconnected the hose from here. I pulled the plug out. The plug is just like a friction fit. There's not really anything you do. You just pull it out. But my hood is cracked there. I don't know if this, I mean, obviously I didn't do that. That isn't fresh, but it's been like that. It's not a big deal if it works. Okay. 10 mils. I'm gonna hold it here. Don't need the prop anymore. All right, the hood should just come right off. Here we go. Easy as pie. I'm putting the hood here for now. My other hood is up there. Eventually I want that one painted too, so I can have like a quick swap hinge system, similar to what I'm talking about in the rear. If I ever get that done, it's taking forever. But I want to be able to just kind of pop and change the Mazda Speed style hood with the regular hood for, you know, sometimes when I want my car to look happy or when it looks angry or aggressive at least. So I'm gonna have to refinish my hinge over here, but that's no problem. I'm gonna take all this stuff off and I'm gonna fix all that stuff. Now it's getting more naked. It's missing its nose now. Before I proceed, the bumper needs to come off. The headlight shroud also shrouds the bolt that holds the bumper up here. There's two up top, and I think there's a couple more underneath. I might have to take the plate off too. Somebody's definitely messed with this at some point. That's a round-headed screw. This is a hex-headed screw. Take these out. It's a big Phillips head. There are some smaller screws in here. There's a small Phillips head that's there. And there is a small Phillips head on this side too. This shroud is held on by 3 screws. Oh, there's a helicopter directly over my house. It wasn't me, I swear. I'm just over here stripping a Suzuki Cara down. Whatever happened outside, it wasn't my fault. Nope, I heard something fall. That's not good. Oh, I knocked over the screw. Crap. Right, so this came out easy peasy. I guess they're looking for somebody. Or, I don't know, they're circling an area. Maybe I shouldn't be out here. Next up is removing the front bumper. There are 2 10mm hex heads up here. There are 2 in here. I believe these are also 10 mil. Let's confirm. Yep, these are also 10 mil. And you also have 3 10mm things here for this air dam to separate from the bumper. Now the bumper is really loose. Let's see if it comes off or if my fog lights are going to hold on to it. Oh, okay. So pull on this from the side. There's another one of those like hooks that kind of hold on to a stud like that. Go to the other side, do the same thing. I literally just put my hand here and just pull forward. You can see that stud where that kind of slid into place. That's really cool. I now have to disconnect my fog light and my marker lights on both sides. Oh, jeez. Now that the front bumper is off, you are now able to access the hidden bolt that is under here to remove the front fenders. Obviously, once again, somebody's been back here before, because this bolt is not the correct bolt. That's just a hex head down there, and it's supposed to be one of these. Huh. I wonder if this car was in an accident. I guess I'll find out once I take more stuff apart. You can start to see where the overspray is more apparent with more body panels off. There's a bunch here. There's some on the bumper there. It's starting to show on trim pieces like this. It was more hidden before you take all the stuff apart. And now that it's exposed, you can see where things were not sprayed properly. There is one bolt down here. It's the 40mm Torx heads again. Not 40mm. 40 T40. These are the bolt locations for the fender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one down here in this corner here. And then you gotta peel this front piece up back like that. Hopefully you don't break it. All right. Mine seems to be in decent shape. A little bit. Looks all right. And there's one more bolt down here. My camera died, so I don't know if I caught this part, but the 3 bolts I removed there, just like the other stuff. You can pop this out first if you like, but you don't have to. Ooh, don't break it. Yeah. All right, mine is intact. I did not break this. I kind of just pulled it with my finger from the front and it popped it out. There is one more bolt hidden back there. Now the whole fender should come right out. All right, cool. Looking down here, I'm just gonna twist and remove the bolt. The whole fender is now released. I can put this away in a safe spot. Let's take the rear license plate off because there are some bolts sitting back there. There are no bolts hidden back there. It was just the license plate itself. The license plate would be bolted in there. There are some Phillips head screws here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Take those out. Then there are 2 more clips on the side, but let's get these out first. Funny enough, some of these are already kind of loose and hanging out. Oh yeah, this is loose too. At least this one was tight. The wheel well liner has some clips here. This one has like the Phillips head thing. That one just looks like a pop clip. I'm gonna try to use this to pop that out. And it's not working. There it is. Yeah, it's just the Christmas tree style plug. And then this one, gotta turn. It's turning the whole thing. I'm gonna get a new clip. I'm just gonna break this one. This one was a little stripped already, so it didn't work. I mean, I certainly probably didn't help it, but it was just spinning around. It might have just been stuck from the gunk. It's okay, 'cause this part is off now. Gotta do the other side. This side, I'm already missing the clip, so I'm just gonna have this one taken out. This one's better, it can actually rotate. I'm just using a little bit like this. That way it's short enough for me to turn it. They're plastic. You can easily turn them by hand. Easy peasy. This is a different style one. Grab the bumper by the edge here and pull backwards. There we go. Alright, the rear bumper comes right off. Look at that. I had a random radiator cap fall out of my bumper. I don't think this was my radiator cap, so somebody lost this into my car a long time ago. It's raining outside, so this is the angle we have here. The rear bumper is removed. This was actually something I really wanted to do like a while ago when I first got the car, because it would have been nice for me to clean up this surface rust here. It didn't look so good.
going through the grills. But this is what the car looks like without the rear bumper.
Next up, I have to remove the rear panel here with the lights before I can get to the quarter panels, because there's this little tab here. You can see that screw goes into the quarter panel corner. Same with this side. You can see on my car here, I only have 2 Torx screws that hold this down. On the earlier build cars, you're gonna have 4, I believe, because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that. I'm gonna show you a picture here. I'm gonna take this end screw off here. It's a Phillips head screw. Take care not to strip this thing. It's really tight. Uh-oh. I started to twist. I'm gonna use this. This might work better. No, this isn't gonna work better. I'm just gonna stop and get a JIS screwdriver. I got myself a set of JIS screwdrivers. Theoretically, that's what I actually need to make this happen, but let's see. Let's come back to this one that I was having problems with. No, this one's just stuck. How am I supposed to do this? So I didn't really need to buy those, but at least I have them for later. You know what? I'm gonna take this one out to see what it looks like under there, because this one's coming out real nice. I think this goes into metal, and that's why I'm having so much trouble on that side. What am I gonna do? That sucks. I'm gonna try to do some questionable stuff. I'm gonna try to weld that nut to the top of the screw and then twist the screw. I mean, twist the nut, right? Something like that. I think that's melting my plastic. This was a bad idea. All right, let's get rid of this. Oh, it's coming out? I'm gonna take the tail light out to see if I can investigate what's going on down there. There are 3 Phillips head screws here. I'm gonna use my new fancy JIS screwdrivers because they fit better. That gives me no information of what the hell's going on back there. I'm gonna take these lights out. Okay. All right, I took a lot of stuff off to see if I could get to that thing. I don't think I can. I think this is just a sleeve. I think I can pull this out. I'm gonna try to pull it out. Oh. I ended up breaking the weld off of the screw. See, it's loose. See, looking at this, right? It's just a plastic insert in the thing. I think it's round. I can't do anything with it. Yeah, it's one of those like squish rivets. I can't show you, at least not right now. Unless I can get this out. I nicked up my paint, but that just free spins now. So when I welded it, it probably got really hot and it melted the plastic enough to break free. That's why it's free floating now. So I probably made it worse. Now I gotta find a different way to get around this. I'm probably just gonna cut the head carefully with a Dremel or something, or I'm gonna drill it out. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about this yet. I will obviously show you guys, so you can probably learn from me here. We are back to this piece again. There are hidden fasteners here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of those Torx head things here. Let's take a look at this photo again. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those Torx heads on top with the 2 screws on the end and the 1, 2, 3, 4 fasteners on the bottom. And the 2 here that I forgot about. Just to hold this little panel on. It was a bit overkill there, you know. I could see why they kind of reduced that. Now there's only 2 on top. I wonder if all the holes are still underneath these panels just because that's how all the chassis were made. Let's find out. I still just have to get that off. Alright, so now this is supposed to be able to come out just like that. Oh look! No holes. So the chassis were different. At least this part was different later on once they stopped doing the many hole thing. I still have to take this off. Over here you can now see the type of fastener that was over here. So obviously I messed this one up. I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of a replacement. Yeah. Ow! I'm trying to use the vice grips to crush that head. Ah! Okay, there it is. This is the one that took the brunt of the damage here. I'm gonna have to inspect that hole, figure out what to do there. Let's put this down somewhere. What did I do here? I messed up this panel is what I did. So I'm gonna have to remove this panel before I can get that out of it and take a look at what I'm gonna do. Let's get this panel off. Removing the driver's side quarter panel. There are 2 bolts down here. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, does that have to come off? I don't know yet. 7, 8, and 9. I bet there's something hiding under this trim panel. Let's see how. Just pull on it. I kind of don't want to snap it. Be gentle with it. All right. There are also 2 Phillips head screws hiding under there. All right. Okay. Okay. And there it is. This quarter panel's ready to come off. You can see where my tire is starting to eat through the wheel well liner there. It's okay. Not too bad down here. The intercooler intake hole is there. You know, this is probably a good opportunity for me to install my oil cooler too, because it makes it easier for me to reach into the holes to do whatever I need to do. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Doing this side is a little trickier because of the fuel door, but it should be the same otherwise. Let's get this trim piece off first. All the tabs are intact. Amazing. It actually might be better if you remove this shroud first, because that way you're not putting stress on those little tabs. It came out okay. It has enough give for it to do that, but you know, just so you don't risk it. This side's a little trickier because there's some ground wires and stuff here. Okay, probably to prevent sparks from happening when you're doing any fueling or something, because the ground strap just goes from the cable that pulls the door open to the metal frame of this thing, and yeah, the hinge frame, and it goes right to the chassis right there. So I got to remove this, and I got to disconnect the
the cable that pulls the door. Oh, there were two here. I forgot 2 bolts. I forgot the 2 bolts here. Okay.
Wiggle that out there. Pull this back. And get the ball out. Cable comes off. And door is shut. Oh, that's cool. You have like the manual release right there. Okay. There's not much left now. The entire side sill is exposed and you can remove everything. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know if you can see back there, 5. So there's 5 of the Torx heads up top. And there's a bunch of them below. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 Torx heads underneath. You can see right by the pinch weld. There are also 2 Phillips head screws here. That's not good. The real trouble I'm gonna probably have with the side sill are the terrible Phillips heads that are on here. There's 1 here, 2, 3, 4. Those are gonna be the bane of my existence. This side looks okay. The driver's side has the same deals. That one looks all right. That one looks all right. All right, kinda. Oh, that's a rusty one right there. I'm not gonna like that one.
Oop, this one's good.
Passenger side Phillips head screws all came out perfect. Like brand new. Back to these screws here. I'm too lazy to take my wheel off, so I'm going to put vice grips on a Phillips head bit like this and use this as my screwdriver. Not the most efficient, but at least it'll work. Just going to lift up on the whole seal. Seems easier that way. Now you kind of just lift and pull it away from the car. Off it comes. All right, the side sill is now off. I'm going to do the other side, and the car is completely naked. This one is okay. The last one, that rusty one. This one is so rusty that the tip of the screwdriver doesn't even go into this. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to use a little bit of hammer force. Oh my god, this one came out. All right, this panel should be ready to come off. Just a little bit. There we go. All right. Here we go. Whoops. Panels are all off. All right, circling back to this situation here, I feel like this is epoxy. I think this was broken before and somebody fixed it and they used epoxy to hold this in. So when I got it too hot, it kind of melted a little bit because this doesn't look like the same thing as this material. That looks like epoxy. So I'm gonna have to just break this thing out of there somehow, and I'm going to replace it with a new one or something like that. And then I'm going to epoxy it back in, just like that one. All right, looking at this mess now, there's panels everywhere. Okay, what have I done? I don't know what I've done. So I'm gonna actually have more to do, but I think I'm done for now. I've had enough. So if you enjoyed the striptease of my Suzuki Cara Autozam AZ-1, please give this video a like. That would help me out a lot. Please subscribe for the next part of this video, because I will take somehow, I don't know, I'm gonna take each one of these panels and weigh them as usual, because I like to know how much things weigh. I'll add it to that part weight list that I've been putting together and just weighing things as I go. It's also interesting to know how much weight has been removed with all the aero parts removed, but I mean, now the aerodynamics are probably crap. I don't know if that would negate any of these weight gains or weight loss gains. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. You will have some sort of update on this, probably the next video. I'll see you guys next time.